And it's just double standards are a thing.
Yeah.
We have to just accept that. Double standards are a thing and they will forever be a thing. And there's nothing that will ever make them go away.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the 8090 podcast, where we talk about all things wild and reckless from the past and present.
Because every day is so damn different.
Welcome back to another episode of the 8090 podcast, y'all.
Hey, turn up.
Welcome back.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, we back. Catch it. Throw it back. Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to work on that.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, though? What's up? It's 2023 in the year, full swing. Got a couple episodes dropped.
So, you know, anybody what state has tolls?
Oh.
And I have been dying to tell you this for a long time because I haven't done my registration yet because my toll tag is preventing me from doing that.
Is this something we can talk about on the air?
Yeah, we can.
Oh. Cause don't you already got a date on Thursday?
Yeah.
And you want another is what it sounds like.
No, I don't want another. But they don't know me. They're not gonna find this. But anyway.
So you're saying you haven't done your updated registration because of the tolls?
Yeah, like my tolls are blocked. I cannot complete my registration because my toll bill.
So how much do you owe in tolls?
I don't know. It was a couple months ago. Ryan told me it was $700.
That's not a lot.
That was a few months ago. That was like, dang, was that around the time I had Jackson? Oh, so that might have been like 3 months ago. It was $700. So it might be more than that now. But anyway, times are hard. Okay, I don't believe we should pay for the toll, especially where we live.
I hate paying. If it's one thing I hate doing is paying for that toll.
Yeah.
I ride through that thing like this to the camera.
Well, let me tell you what I've been doing. So have you noticed the little white lines, like when you're going through the toll, especially over there by Plano, like over by Whiskey Cake and 70 Vines?
I feel like I know what you're about to say.
Mm-hmm. So there's that solid white line, which means you're supposed to stay in your lane.
Yes.
Girl, no. Every time I've been going through that toll, no matter where it is, if I can switch lanes, I'm like swerving, trying to avoid.
I think it still counts.
I think it does too.
Because I do that too. Like when I go under it, I'll switch lanes, hoping that they just get the first 3 numbers.
Yeah.
But I don't think it works like that. I don't think it's like a camera per lane. I think that whole is gonna get wherever you at.
I think so too, because now they even have they have cameras in the shoulder, so I think they know that people will like try to avoid it, so it's in the shoulder as well. I'm tired of paying for the toll.
No, I understand. One of my family members' toll bill is $2,400. So that's why I'm like, $700, count your blessings. $2,400. She hasn't paid a toll since she's moved here.
What?
Yeah.
So how's she doing the registration?
Is she doing registration?
Oh, okay. So. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't like the tolls either. And actually, when I moved from California, that was obviously something that was new for me.
You guys don't have tolls in California?
We had tolls in the way of like paying when you go across a bridge.
Oh, okay.
But to actually just pay to jump on the freeway real quick to run downtown, like no. But now they do. They have the HOV toll lane. So a lot of places are picking up on it because, I mean, I don't know. Is that legal? Like, are they legally allowed to do this? If so, how come I didn't think of it?
How come? I remember before I moved out to Texas, I was living in Arkansas, and they proposed starting a toll out there. I said, that's never going to work. Never going to work.
Why is
Ain't nobody in Arkansas paying for no toll, okay?
Girl, you can say that all day long, but you going to be on that tollway.
I just...
Your earrings are cute.
Oh, thanks.
Those are very like elegantly, like subtly cute.
Yeah. I'll be taking them out after this. I'm allergic.
I am too. Allergic to non-real things.
Yes.
I can only wear real gold. Yeah. And I know that sounds bad, but I just have really, really high quality, delicate skin.
Me too.
That's so funny you say that, girl, because I remember one time I had put them cubic zirconiums from Claire's in my ear. The back of my ear scabbed up so bad.
Yeah, these are from Forever 21, and my ears are actually itching right now. So I'm gonna have to take these out. when we're done, like immediately.
Yeah.
I had this one in while I was asleep, and I ended up taking it out. Girl, I had a little crust on my ear this morning.
What I have noticed though, like I'll put some Vaseline or like I have some eczema like ointment or whatever, and I'll put that on before the earring, and it will stop for a second. But
Can't leave them in.
nah, once I bought some real earrings though, that goes away all the way.
Yeah.
So them gold, you really need some gold plated earrings. Like I'm allergic to the fake shit.
Yeah, I need a 14 karat gold at least.
Yeah, at very minimum.
But what do you have to tell me? I want.
Oh, okay. So this is a good segue.
Snap.
This is a good segue into what you texted me about yesterday. First of all,
I text you about so much stuff.
Yeah, but about the topic of what we were going to talk about today, about Lori Harvey.
Oh, okay.
But
All right.
okay, so to any gentleman watching this pod, I would like to formally apologize on behalf of the women species.
What?
Hear me. I know. I would like to formally apologize because what happens to y'all, a lot happened to me today. That's just my preference. And I'm apologizing on behalf of everyone. I'm not necessarily apologizing because I've done this, because personally, it's not easy for me to ask men for money. Even men that I've been dealing with for a while. It's just part of that just independent bone in my body. Like, of course, I'm willing to accept it. It's always appreciated. It'll be reciprocated.
Did you leave your wallet at home again?
No,
Oh.
I did not. We'll talk about that after. But no, I'm just saying, I just want to formally apologize to the men for them.
What? Okay, I need to know.
So,
we're not.
I called someone today
Ooh.
just to be nice.
Mykah,
I know.
who did you call? Is it who I'm thinking?
Who are you thinking without saying who you're thinking?
What should I call him? Cinnamon Toast Crunch? The Gift?
No, I would definitely not. No. No, girl, it's a new year, new me. We're not calling Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No.
Okay.
Another guess of who you think it is, because it's somebody who you don't want me to talk to, who's younger than me, which is probably why I should stop talking to him.
Oh, baby daddy?
Yes.
Okay.
And not mine, y'all. I have no kids. I'm happily single. Well, not happily. I want love. But I don't have any kids. So baby daddy meaning that he is a baby daddy.
He is a baby daddy.
So I called him because he has really been putting in it in overdrive. So I'm like, you know what? Let me be nice. Girl, I'm done. I know. You said I should be done and I didn't listen, and I apologize to you too. I'm just apologizing today. I've learned to own up and be accountable. So I apologize. Anyway, so I called him. I said, good morning. I was just calling to see how your day was. I couldn't even finish and say yesterday before he's like, it's 9:00 in the morning. My day hasn't even started yet. I was like, oh God. Okay.
Oh, so he interrupted you and cut you off.
Before I could even, and then tried to spin it and say, well, no, you just said the wrong thing. You were trying to clean it up. And I'm like, you're kind of low-key picking a fight because I asked how you were doing. I want you to really really understand the problem that you want to create here. But whatever, I let that go. I wasn't even tripping. So I was like, you got it. Yeah, I asked the wrong question, whatever. So then he goes into well, what are you doing today? And I was like, oh, we're filming, blah, 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 and then probably gonna watch the game. And then I was like, what about you? Mind you, we ain't been on the phone for longer than a minute and 20 seconds.
Dang.
Really ain't been that long.
And he's already in a bad mood.
Already? I was like, oh my God. But yeah, so we ain't been on the phone that long. And when I say, what are you doing today? He was like, oh no, I'm over here trying to figure out how I can get some grocery money.
Grocery money?
Yeah, talking about I just paid $1,500 in bills. And so I'm just like, is he asking me for grocery money?
Stop playing.
He's asking me for grocery money in the most undercover kind of way. But then I thought about it and I was like, that's what men be dealing with some of these women, where it's like, you can't even get a good conversation before I'm trying to figure out how to get my nails done. That does not feel good. I personally don't do that. I'm gonna just go get them done.
Yeah.
But I can see now what they have had to deal with. And I just was like, mind you, this is not the first time he's done this. Just a couple weeks ago, I had called him or something, and he was like, so you got some money for me?
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh, I almost just called him by his real name.
I know.
Baby daddy needs to chill.
No, he doesn't need to chill.
He doesn't.
He can take that shit somewhere else. You don't even got to chill, because it only look like you got it in you to chill, because that just looks like what you want. So I was just like, I was blown away. When he said, I'm sitting over here trying to figure out how to get some grocery money.
I'm today?
This was this morning. This was today, this morning. And when I tell you I was shook, like, I was just so shook, because I'm just like, you don't offer me nothing. You haven't put in no work. All you can talk about is that and money. Mm-hmm. You're not even, I don't know. It's just so funny. And then I was like, wow, I guess men go through that with women. Like, they don't want a relationship. They just want your money. And I was like, oh my goodness. I just have to apologize. When we film today, I'm going to apologize on behalf of the women to the men, because that does not feel good.
Well, I'm glad that is what you're apologizing
Oh,
for.
yeah. That's what I'm apologizing for. Now, there's some other things where they need to be apologizing to us, but we'll talk about that later. But tell me that's not crazy.
It is.
Ask me for some grocery money.
Grocery money and the
And
other things that he
let's
asked
not
you
get it
for.
tangled or twitted. For my man.
Her man.
Oh, we're breaking some bread. You don't have to. You're going on dates, trips. You're getting broke off. But if you can't even pour into me
Or commit.
Let's
talk about that. Fellas, what is up with y'all? You want everything. You want the wifey treatment with no commitment. Everything. You want everything. Like, full string, everything.
Make it make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
Like, for that, I am a sucker. Okay? But you not committing to nothing. You can't even commit to a cool conversation.
A cool conversation.
And you think
no conversation.
That man asked me for grocery money today, and I just...
So what happened after that? Did you blank out?
I did. I blanked out. And you know what else I didn't like is that, when my energy it switches. And I feel it. So I know the person I'm talking to feels my energy switch. And he just sat on the phone in silence.
What?
Yep. Because I'm sitting there trying to process. Beep, boop, beep, beep, boop. Nigga asked me for grocery money. What the fuck? Can't do shit else but ask me for grocery money. Talk about his dick. And so I'm trying to, it's computing. And so I'm silent because I'm computing. He's silent because he's waiting for me to say, oh, well, let me cash app you $200 so you can go grab you some groceries. And so I'm like, you can't even read the room to see how awkward that was. And read the room that I'm not sending you grocery money, so you're just going to be silent? So I said, you know what? I got to call you back. We ain't been on the phone for a minute and 20 seconds, and I called you. And so I was like, you know what? I got to call you back. He going to say, okay. So he knew. He will probably never hear from me ever again. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. Baby daddy. I had hopes for
him too, because he is such a sweet guy. Very, I really had hopes for him, but it seems like he's dealt with, he has a sister circle. Mm-hmm. Let me explain what a sister circle is.
Let's get into it.
A sister circle, you just got a gang of female friends. Mm-hmm. Oh, my sister. I gotta call my sister. Your mom had 2 kids, you and one other person. Why? How you get all these other sisters? Oh, social butterfly. Yeah, it has. Yeah, so he got a sister circle. So it's like, I just don't know what he's dealt with and what he's been able to get out of women by just doing that kind of shit. Like, oh.
Probably a lot. There's probably someone else who sent him some money. And if you're that hard up, go DoorDash or something and make your money. Go make your grocery money. There's too many ways to get money out here for men to be asking women for money. Now, I know they'll probably say the same thing about us, but to me, it's different.
A little bit. I just don't, my money should be given to you, as an extra.
Yeah.
As an on top of, not unless we're in the, you know what I mean, married and something like that. Then it's get it how we live. We in this together. But there's no commitment here. you like no, no. I did not appreciate that like whatsoever.
Me either, and especially when I met him that time.
You met him? Oh yeah, I forgot before the Kevin Hart show.
Yeah, met him, and I was asking him, you know, what are you doing in these streets? You know, are you in the streets or whatever? And he was like, yeah, I'm just standing right in the middle of the street. I'm not ready because there's still some things that, you know, I got to take care of. So I'm glad. You know, I really hope, Mykah, you're done.
I am. I'm done.
You have to be.
I'm done.
Because you're still in the middle of the fast too. Like he has to be the last little person that you needed to let go of.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I was hanging on to hopes with him, but he's making it very clear with every conversation, with every conversation, with every interaction that he's not the one. So, yeah, you're right. You're right. He's the last little one.
I hope so. Wait, so is he gonna be blocked, or you're just not talking to him anymore?
I just am gonna let it go. Like, I don't want to block him.
Why not?
Because.
But you can delete his number out of your phone. Mykah.
Trust me, I have no. Okay, hold
on. Let it go.
It's letting gone of. I just don't feel like blocking is necessary.
Why not? Because he's gonna be on your phone again. The moment you post on Instagram, he's gonna be back. Like and honestly, a sad little puppy.
Honestly, I appreciate that because I read something that said, I personally like when it goes from someone that has access to me to now I have to pencil you in. And that's what it's just gone to. You had access to me. I was going to answer your call all the time. I was going to text back all the time, respond when you say stuff to my Instagram story. But now, when you see stuff is just delivered and you're not really having the same access, you'll understand why.
Yeah.
And, you know, if he asks, you know, what's going on, I'll definitely tell. Like, I'm just,
So you'll tell him if he asks why you don't talk to him anymore?
Yes, because I appreciated that Ken departed like that.
Yeah.
That was a very adult, mature way. Like, I'm tired of ghosting. I just do not want to keep ghosting these men. I just don't. So I'd rather just kind of...
Tell them the truth.
Yeah.
How they are honest with us.
Yeah. Honest
and then hurt our feelings. So...
The truth hurts. So here we are. Anyway, all right. So that's all I had to tell you about that. That just happened today. So...
Okay. All right. Well, while we're on the topic of relationships and what we're not putting up with, so like I was telling you the other day, I was talking to Ryan. For those of you that don't know, I am married. I've been married for 6 years, so I like hearing different viewpoints from Mykah with her single life, and then I also tend to listen to my husband sometimes, which is not always the best idea because most of the time I want to slap him based on what he says because he's a man that was raised in the South. I feel like men that are raised on the West Coast have a little bit of a different mindset than men raised in the South, but that's neither here nor there. So the topic came up yesterday about something he saw on social media with a woman who was in a relationship with the guy for 17 years. I guess they've gotten engaged. They have children together. I think they're living together. And the woman now wants to leave because she wants a ring on her finger. I think you said they're engaged. Oh, well, yes. She wants to make it official and be married. For whatever reason, I guess the guy, well, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is because I don't know who it is. But Ryan was saying, so if that was you and you had been with someone for 17 years and you're not married, and he was doing everything right, paying all the bills, taking care of the kids, you know, just the whole nine, doing what a man should, doing what a husband should do, which you two aren't really, you know, official on paper. Would you stay or would you leave? And I told him that I would leave. And he was like, why would you do that? You know, very many women don't get married, and he's just throwing out numbers. He's like, you know, only like 40% of women get married. And, you know, I didn't fact check him or anything, but I'm like, yeah, it's probably even less with the black women in the black community. Like, it's less for black women. Very many black women don't get married. And he's like, so you would rather somebody take their chances and leave a good thing to take their chances and go out hoping that someone would marry them. I said, so you're saying we just have to settle? We just have to settle if now, I said, you're allowed to change your mind. So we have to settle and not be married, even if we've been with the guy for well, why would you just go out and go be single? And, you know, because it's not that likely that, you know, you'll get picked up by somebody else and get married, because the chances are very slim. So, you know what? I don't really agree with that. I know it's hard in the Black community, especially for a Black woman to get married, but I honestly feel like it's a cultural thing, because for him to say, oh, very few women get married, I don't believe that, because we see our Caucasian friends, we see our Indian friends, we even see our Hispanic friends getting married all the time. But for whatever reason, it's like Black men cannot commit and marry a Black woman. And I just don't understand why. Like, he has a friend that's like his best friend. They've had him and his girlfriend, I don't even know if they're still together, but they've had 2 kids together, and he does not believe in marriage. He's like, oh, I just feel like marriage is a piece of paper. You can't tell me, you know, that we're not married just because we didn't go, you know, legally do it, you know. And so he calls this girl his wife, but you guys aren't married. But
And
you
they're
call
Black.
yourself a yeah. Well, the girl, she is like a Latina, and then he's Black. But they have 2 kids. The kids have your last name. She doesn't. So I just don't get it. So what do you think as a single woman? Would you stay with a man for 17 years and not, even if he was doing everything right, would you stay with him?
All right. So I think I know who he's talking about. I think he's talking about the rapper Fresher and his wife or girlfriend, fiance. I don't know what they are technically right now today.
Okay.
Because I've been watching the Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, and that sounds very. They could be them, could be not. 17 years of doing everything right is strong for me. Because in their situation, there was a lot of infidelity. There was a lot of, in that 17 years, there was a lot of rockiness that she had to deal with. And so I know in that situation, she's talking about leaving after so long because he doesn't want to pay the money, which is $250,000, for her to have a wedding. And so, personally, you asked me, would I stay in something for 17 years? No, I'm not staying in nothing for like longer than 2 years without a ring or something. But I'm marriage minded. So it's like, I know that it doesn't take a man that long to know if he wants to marry you. And if marriage is not one of his goals, you can't force him to want to be married.
No.
So honestly, she knew what it was when she signed up. And if she kept going back because of the kids or because of whatever for all that time, then that's on her. Is it a good idea to leave? That you have to really, and this is why.
Ooh.
You already know who I'm finna bring up.
No, I don't. Ooh.
This is why may he rest in peace.
Oh.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Mr. Kevin Samuels. We miss you down here. We need you down
They
here.
need you.
This is why I feel like Ryan said, why would you leave? Because you have to really reassess your sexual marketplace value, which is what your possibilities of getting married are based off of. So
why?
Because, I mean, the caliber and the requirements that you have for a new man once you leave that relationship may even be higher than what you are, I don't want to say worth, but what you can find for what you can bring to the table. So after 17 years, you're probably going to bring, a couple of kids, maybe 3 kids. I mean, weight-wise and just like beauty standard-wise, that might be different. That might have changed. And we see how hard it is to date now. I'm a single woman with no kids, and it's hard for me. Yeah. So if you have kids, it's going to be even harder, especially if your list of what you demand in a man is hella long. He got to be over 6 feet. He got to make 6 figures. He got to be chocolate with a beard. He got to like fitness, love his mom. He got to have no kids. He got to be willing to pay my bills and take care of my 4 kids.
Okay. Well, that seems like a long list. But you brought up the point of making 6 figures. Is that does your man have to make 6 figures?
He doesn't have to make 6 figures. I feel like I have been conditioned to want a high value man because I was raised by one. Mm-hmm. So it's not something new to me where it's like I just saw it on social media and like now I want a successful man. Like no, I've been raised by a successful man. My family is full of them, so it's like I've just been conditioned to that. Yeah. So my man doesn't necessarily have to make six figures, but I would like for him to be in his career successfully and on the trajectory up. Yes. You know, like I don't want you to just be happy at 40K.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it's also not a deal breaker because you never know what can happen. But I'm gonna know what it is when I sign up. But 17 years, bro, that's a long time.
That's a very long time.
And then it's like the thing that be messing women up too is they want the glitz and the glam of a wedding and not necessarily a marriage. So I'm sure that many, many moons ago, if she was like, look, I'm down to just go to the courthouse. I just want to be officially really like your wife. Mm-hmm. I'm sure she probably would have got maybe a different response. But back to what Fresher and his girl was talking about, $250,000 or no go, like not even compromising to be like, all right, maybe 100,000, you know, because he's a rap, you know, he got money.
Oof. Even then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not even willing to compromise.
We had a $10,000 wedding.
That's what I'm saying. There's people out here that's getting married like at the church hall. Yeah. For the low, for free. Yeah. So I just feel like, but then it's also like you don't know what she went through. Exactly. And you don't know what she's seen him break bread on. Mm-hmm. Like you're saying no to a $250,000 wedding, but I just watched you spend $300,000 on some chains.
Or a watch. Yeah.
Make it make sense. So in that instance, it's like, okay, she kind of got a leg to stand on because she's seen you break off that kind of money for something way less important to her and to your family than a wedding.
I mean, I feel like it's easier for people who are like in their 40s and 50s if they want to get divorced and then they meet other people like, oh, okay, well, my kids are grown.
Easier is strong because when you have been in a relationship for 17 years, you're not dating. So now you have to go into the dating world and learn how to approach a man. Date a couple men until you find the right one. Don't fall in love so fast. Like, I'm just now dating properly. And I'm 31 and haven't been married before. So imagine somebody that's been in a relationship for 17. You can't just, times have changed. Yeah. Even when it comes to online dating, you got to make sure you don't match with a killer. That was that. How do you feel, or what does Ryan think? Which we might have to have him on the pod one day.
We're definitely gonna have to bring him on, and you might see him get slapped on camera.
No, ain't gonna be no slapping. Ryan's the homie. Ryan's funny. He brings up a good.
Girl, Ryan be getting on my nerves. And you know that. He's funny,
love it.
But at the same time,
I think it would be very funny to have him on. But what does he think about the beautiful one, the only Miss Lori Harvey?
He called her a thought pocket. Lori Harvey is not a thought. We truly do not know what's going on with her. Just because she's been photographed with a few men does not mean she's opening her legs for everyone. So this is what Mr. Cutts said yesterday. Because Damson, as we all know, you know how much I love Snowfall.
I do.
Great I have been with Damson since the show started. Like, we saw the preview. I'm like, oh, this show looks like it'll be kind of cool. So we have literally been watching since day one, before the Shade Room even knew who Damson was, okay? Yeah. Like, that's how long we've been watching. And so, yes, I even have notifications set on my Instagram, like, every time he posts, because he's the type to post and then delete it. Like, he don't save too much stuff, especially when he goes live. But anyway, so he posted with Lori, you know, their little black and white picture, calling her Nunu. And I'm like, Ryan, look at this. I got my hand on the phone. I'm showing it. He's like, she's a thought pocket. I'm like, Ryan, why would you say that? And he was like, cause she's the industry pass around. You're not posting pictures like that with any man unless you guys are intimate and having sex. I said, for real? That's what he said. He said he feels like she has been passed around, pretty much had sex with every single man that she has been linked to. And I don't agree with that. And he's like, well, you're not posting anybody on social media unless you're really serious about them. And so I brought up Yvonne Orgy, how she was a virgin. Don't know if she still is because she doesn't really talk about it. But, you know, at the time when she said she was like 35. Yeah. And she had a boyfriend and, you know, they broke up or whatever. But, you know, she posted people and I don't feel like that. If you're booed up with somebody, even if they're grabbing your booty in the picture, like what Damson is doing to Lori, I don't feel like you have got to that point yet. What do you think?
Girl, I know one thing. If I post a picture with Michael B. Jordan, we fucked.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I do know. So I don't know how you think that.
I just have an innocent brain, I guess.
You got an innocent brain because, and all of them men is not gonna be walking around holding her hand and only holding her hand. Let's be adults here.
We are.
They are bumping uglies.
Mykah.
Okay.
Oh man, you two.
No.
So you think her and Damson already have messed around? It ain't been that long since she left Michael.
How do we know how long she been talking to that man?
You're right. We don't.
We don't know.
We don't know anything. We only know what we see.
We only know what they share, and they don't share much. So that's why I'm like, I mean, and even if she has slept with these people, I just feel like, I don't know. Men do it all the time. Mm-hmm. They could pop up with Jessica, Jane, Ashley, Michaela, this or that person, and it's like, you know, don't even think about it. And then who is she posted with? Future, Michael B. Jordan, and Damson, and who else?
There's more. He pulled up a whole article.
Okay.
I guess she's been linked to Trey Songz. But you saw just on the Shade Room last week, who was that? Adrienne Bailon was like, what is the most common misconception? Yeah. And she was saying that like a lot of people have made up stories about her, that she's a lesbian, that she's been with
people that she's never been with. Yeah. So I do agree that like people just kind of take stuff and run with it, but it's also how you portray things. Mm-hmm. So if you posting on a yacht, you know, cheeks out, which is great, looking great, living life, do your thing. But if you're posting like that, yeah, everybody gonna assume they are. Who's not knocking that down. And you're in Turks and Caicos with Michael B. Jordan. That's that. I mean, yes, we are knocking this down. But I don't know. I just personally, I wouldn't move how she moved. But I mean, you might as well make life hot. You don't really got to do nothing else in this. You're rich. You're super, super fucking rich. You're, you know, what does she do for work? What is her?
That's what I want to know.
I don't even know what Lori Harvey does. Besides model. Well, I know.
Does she have a business?
Is Good American? Is she a part of Good American?
I don't know.
Because I've seen
the clothing line.
Yeah, the one that Khloe Kardashian's been.
I don't know.
Ambassador. I don't really know what she. I know she's a super duper model, but I think that she is dating. I hate that it just gets perceived so hoish.
Yeah, no. And she just turned 26.
And it's just double standards are a thing. Yeah. We have to just accept that double standards are a thing, and they will forever be a thing. And there's nothing that will ever make them go away. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, if you are, a man can be open about his promiscuity and just being, you know, with as many people as he is, having a high body count, whatever, and it's more celebrated than if a woman talks about it, then it's like you lose value and now nobody will ever wife you up. Yeah. So it sucks that it's a double standard, but such is life. So I do think that being vocal about that makes it makes it more difficult, but it's not impossible.
It's not. And you know what? At the end of the day, all of the men talking about Lori, like, you could never have a Lori. And so regardless of her doing what she's doing, I still believe there's someone out here that will wipe her up.
Oh, I mean, look, she keeps getting like A-lister after A-lister. So I just think she is highlighting her dating experience. A lot of people's dating experience is not highlighted in front of the world, especially with A-lister after A-lister. We messing with Z-lister after Z-lister in the cuts. Okay. So it's just not as pronounced and as seen as her dating life is. And she's 26. Like, I mean, do you think that let's make our predictions. Do you think that her and Damson are going to really go the distance?
Girl, no.
I think she's going to get pregnant.
What? You think Lori Harvey is going to get pregnant by Damson?
Yeah. I don't know if it'll be by Damson, but I think she's going to get pregnant soon.
I don't.
I do. And if I'm right, I want $1 million.
Her dad is Mr. Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man.
And that's
you
exactly
really think she's going to get pregnant without being married?
I don't know. It's just something in my spirit. I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh my God, it happens every blue moon. I could be wrong. I'm just saying something I don't know. But I think she's just having fun. I think she's having fun. I think she's weighing her options. And based on whether it was a rumor or not, what we heard about the Michael B. Jordan thing, I don't know if she necessarily is marriage minded right now. I think she's just, I don't know, dating for fun.
Because I've heard his interviews, and he said right now he doesn't have time for that. Like, he's trying to become the next Denzel Washington. So they might be the perfect pair, just having a good time.
So then they're definitely fucking. If she's not marriage minded and she's messing with people that aren't marriage minded, what else are y'all doing? Eating dinner?
Yeah.
Girl, stop it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
there's not. And you know what? This is the first romantic relationship that he's been linked to.
That he's been public about for sure.
Yeah.
And for it to be a Lori, you go, Damson. Whether she hoeing or not, she bomb. She bomb.
Yeah, she is.
Well, this was fun. I feel like it's good to get a different perspective from certain things, because I just know with all the insightful work and stuff I've been doing, I see a lot of stuff different now.
Yeah. When
it comes to men and women and them coming together. So
we disagree on a lot.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how easy it is for a man to call someone a thot and doesn't know, like, what are you guys?
They're probably their thoughts too. It takes one to know one.
It does.
So I don't see what the big problem is. I think for a man to say somebody is a thot, it's like, okay, because you know what thoughts are. Mm-hmm. All right, what's one thing you're manifesting going into the new week? One thing.
Oh, going into the new week. Mm-hmm. That I won't have to worry about my finances.
That's big.
Yeah, being able to take care of my responsibilities again. Yeah. That's big for me. What about you?
I am manifesting that I will continue to do what's best for my health, physically and mentally, and just continue to get stronger in those areas, because I'm feeling like I'm a Hulk right now, so I want that shit to continue.
I love it. Yes, yeah. But you guys, let us know what you are manifesting for the upcoming week. Catch us in the comments, like, subscribe, all of those good things. Leave us a review.
Yes, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining us.
Bye. All right, y'all. Well, that wraps up today's episode. Thanks for listening to another episode of the 8090 podcast.
Yes, be sure to give us a rating. We want to hear how we're doing